Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with Bitcoin for this intraday based on the 2 hours, 1 hour and the 50-minute chart, where we are looking still of course at our the ending diagonal here unfolding as a 1, 2, 3, and we're looking for a wave 4 and a 5 towards the downside that it might still reach of course our target here as an A, B and a C, of course expanding flat for this correction. And this correction, of course, is very, very bloody right now. It is in its peak level, I would say. Since we got, of course, a zigzag there, another zigzag so far, I'm looking for the wave 3 anyway between those targets. So those targets are the most common targets for a wave 3 in a diagonal. And of course, once we reach them, I'm expecting a rebound here toward the upside for a wave 4. And that means, of course, we might, as expected already before, that we might see, of course, a little bit aggressive move. And I doubt that this is a diagonal. This is what I explained today in the daily, and that this looks much more like an impulse so far, because we are looking here at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very likely, of course, to hit the blue box, of course, in this target, and then starting to push toward the upside for a wave 4 after all. Now, this makes, of course, the ending diagonal a little bit more aggressive. This is what we are expecting anyway. We are expecting the 60K, 67K, sorry, for Bitcoin, and it might be reached already from now by Bitcoin. That doesn't mean that, of course, it is getting out of the expanding diagonal. Of course, it can still be a wave 4 and a 5. Wave 5 still can reach even below the 65K. So far, if this wave will stay, of course, above the 62K 200, meaning it can be aggressive as much as it wants. But if reaching the 62K 200 here, that means, of course, this wave 3 becomes longer than the wave 1. And if this happens, that means, of course, we have to switch here in validation of the ending diagonal and switch to our daily analysis possibilities as well, which of course we're talking about the WX and a Y. Now, why not 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, an impulse toward the downside? Because of course, if this is an impulse, therefore you have double 1, 2 here for a wave 3. Wave 3 given, wave 4 is too much longer in time, of course, than this wave 2. We're talking about 12 times, again 10 times, something like this. So very, very far possibility. Plus, of course, based on our channels, the price exited the base channel, which is basically not allowed really in an impulse to exit the base channel in a wave 4. That, of course, bring us into a different structure, meaning a wave W, an X, and a wave Y that it might be unfolding there. How this wave Y can be unfolding? Well, it can be, of course, an impulse here, finished wave A, of course, turning this into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave A, wave B, and a wave C, of course, to hit, of course, the wave Y there at the 52K 200. Yeah, that means, of course, bringing another zigzag here after a zigzag for W and an X as a bridge in between. So 52K very likely, of course, to be taken here by Bitcoin only in case of invalidation of this scenario, which is the ending diagonal. So far, it's still working perfectly. We cannot complain about it until, of course, it becomes very, very aggressive and then taking the 62K, I would say 200 and around it. Yep, so I'm looking for a rebound, as I mentioned here. Of course, I mean, in this area, especially that this impulse, which it looks like almost done and finished from the top here, 1, 2, 3, or I believe this can be, it can be a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 there. So, and you have several 1, 2 then. So yeah, basically 4, 5, 4 and a 5 there. Yeah, so very likely to be done and finished soon, I would say. So maybe touching the target, maybe not, maybe starting from now, because I see a finished impulse there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looking at something pushing higher. But yeah, we have to watch and see what's going to happen. But very likely that we are very close to the bottom of the wave 3 here. To be done and finished, guys, and we're looking for a wave 4. The wave 4 in this case, of course, the target was this is the new low that we saw today, might be, of course, taken from these highs. I'm looking for the 79 and 82K or around it. Let's say 80K, which is in between. Wave 4, wave 5. Don't forget, wave 4 can be, for example, not very strong. It can be simply taking the 0.23 here and pushing, of course, for a wave 5, finishing up this ending diagonal as well. Yep, we'll see how this is gonna turn for Bitcoin. This is the intraday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.